get MJF on this podcast, and
it was a part of my take. It was part of my take. It was like Barstool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He basically cuts a promo on the camera on the podcast, and this is
Yeah.
excellent. Just rapid fire. I like this so much more than like when he's doing all the shoot stuff, and that sounds dumb and all that. I thought this was way more effective. He talked about being attacked by the firm in Stokely. He talked about he was on the sidelines and he was cautioned by people to not return to the ring, take it easy. He talked about a lot of the biggest moments in his career getting overshadowed by random mentions of saying like Cody with the neck tattoo and different things like with Matt Hardy, bunch of like other weird
some
things.
stuff hit, some stuff didn't, as far as what were actual distractions, and other things were just like, well, the match just wasn't that good, Max. It is what it is. And then like he also cut the thing where like, luckily he threw in Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair. Otherwise it'd been another like, oh, he's sucking WWE's dick again. Where he's like Bruno and Dusty and Flair and Hogan and Rock and Austin and Cena, and he stopped there. He did not mention Roman Reigns, which is also funny because like you're comparing. Look, I understand what John Cena has done. John Cena is not The Rock or Austin, whatever, or Hogan. So, and like, but that's also the part where it's like he's trying to play this, or it feels like they're still trying to do the tweener thing with him. And like, you got to give me something. Like, I mean, a couple weeks ago we did a thing about where we talked about Regal. Like, that was something. Obviously, when Regal like fills in the blanks for him. But like the part where he talks about like we're on the precipice of like of maybe the greatest moment of pro wrestling. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, you knock this off. Like, I have never done this before, but like in my mind, I was like, oh, so he's just like lying like Jay White. Like, where it's like I can't even take this even halfway seriously, and I had started to zone out, but like I still recognize like it was a great promo, but it just wasn't like for me. It's just like, okay, I get it, bro. All right, okay, but yeah, it was a great promo.
He talked about he's going to be ready in the Prudential Center. He's going to be standing across the ring from Moxley. He says it's the biggest match in his career, the biggest match in AEW history. He doesn't like Moxley, thinks he's a scumbag. Says he really has no athletic ability at all.
But he respects him.
Yeah, but he's like, despite all that, you made yourself the best wrestler in the world and all that stuff. So you put him over a little bit at the end. So
you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember before? Which is funny because we just got brought up. These idiots brought up the Nia Jax thing with Becky Lynch.
Oh my god!
Right, like on the road to that. Right after Becky had just finished off her feud of the year contender in WWE that year with Charlotte. Won the best main roster match that year. She had started focusing on the Survivor Series thing, and she had cut this backstage promo talking about like Ronda will be woken up out of and put in arm bars. She had to wake up and escape. Like, it's one thing to be, and the basic gist of the promo was it's one thing to be born a champion or born tough. I forgot the word is. It's another thing to like be made, like forged by fire, being made tough. Like saying Becky is like, you were born into this. I made myself into this. Like, therefore, like mine is more, special or whatever. Right. More like I got that dog in me and you don't. Right. And then like MJF, and in my mind, I remember this promo because it was like when Becky was ascending and it was an awesome promo. So that's been like emblazoned in my mind. And then MJF does like the same promo, except from reverse, says like from the perspective of like, yeah, it means much more to be like born with a silver spoon in your mouth. I'm like, okay, buddy. Okay. This would work so much better if he was just a flat out heel and everyone would just boot him. Like before all this shit with CM Punk and him leaving. Like, it was so much cleaner than this. It really was.
Yeah. I think he's walking a fine line because he's always going to execute the performance stuff well. It's always going to be delivered properly. It's just like, okay, like either turn them or like don't. Like I don't know. I feel like there's something we're not seeing that.
There's clearly a domino or a piece missing that we're going to get like this weekend to we get a determination on what he actually is going to be. The thing is, like, I felt like he was playing it better down the middle to where you don't know which way it was going before this week.
Mm-hmm.
This week made it where it's like we're trying to get to the match and no one's going in it, and it's almost like they feel like people may cheer Mox or may cheer MJF, but like everyone's mostly is going to be cheering Moxley. So like I gotta kind of heal it up this particular week because it's the goal in or sorry, we're only like 10 days out from the date of this show. So it was kind of felt that's what it felt like to me. But you know, like I almost feel like I'll save this part for the preview version of it, but when we get to the main event, but of Full Gear. But yeah, it's just it's like they're all doing really good things, but like I feel like there's something missing. Maybe it's the direction. I don't know.
So we had